It is the moment the courtiers have been dreading and the tabloids have been praying for. This Friday, behind the ancient fortified walls of St. James's Palace, a collision course is set to take place that is so awkward, so icy, and so politically charged that it threatens to freeze the holy water in the font. We are talking about the first face-to-face confrontation between the King, the Prince of Wales, and the man they have utterly destroyed. For the first time since the nuclear decision was made to strip Prince Andrew of his royal rank, his military titles, and even his name, the disgraced former Duke is stepping out into the royal fold. But he is not walking in as His Royal Highness. He is walking in as plain old Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, a commoner with a murky past and a looming eviction notice. And waiting for him at the altar? The brother who fired him and the nephew who reportedly orchestrated his demise. The tension in that chapel will be thick enough to cut with a ceremonial sword. This isn't just a family gathering. It is a crime scene of royal status, and the body is still warm. Welcome back to the channel, where we strip away the palace PR and tell you what is really happening behind the closed doors of the monarchy. If you believe that standards matter and that the king is right to protect the crown from scandal at any cost, smash that subscribe button right now. We are about to dissect the most uncomfortable family reunion in British history. We have received exclusive intelligence that King Charles and Prince William are preparing to endure a very awkward reunion with Andrew this Friday. The occasion is a happy one on paper, the christening of Princess Beatrice's second daughter, Athena. It is a moment for celebration, for new life, and for family unity. But let's be real. There is no unity here. There is only a jagged, broken line where the House of York used to be. Andrew and his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson are set to attend. This marks their first appearance at a royal event since the catastrophic announcement in October that Andrew would relinquish his royal titles, including the Duke of York, amid the relentless media scrutiny over his connections to Jeffrey Epstein. Let's just pause and appreciate the gravity of that. When Andrew walks into the Chapel Royal, he enters as a man stripped of everything that defined his existence. He is no longer a prince of the realm in practice. He is no longer a royal highness. He has been ordered to vacate royal lodge. He is, for all intents and purposes, a pariah. And yet, because he is the grandfather of the baby being baptized, he has to be there. He has a key role, according to the reports. Can you imagine the atmosphere? King Charles's former butler, Grant Harold, has spoken out, calling this a very tricky situation. He suggests that senior royals, meaning Charles, Camilla, William, and Kate, will likely keep a distance. Keep a distance is the polite diplomatic way of saying they will likely treat him like he is radioactive. Grant Harold elaborates that conversations will happen in advance. This means the event is being choreographed like a military operation to ensure that no one has to stand next to Andrew for too long, that no photographs are taken that could be used to damage the brand, and that the king is not seen endorsing the man he just exiled. It is a humiliation ritual disguised as a christening. The report highlights that it will be particularly awkward for Prince William. We know from multiple inside sources over the years that William has been the driving force behind the Andrew solution. William is the one who is uncompromising. William is the one who sees Andrew as a threat to the future of the monarchy. To stand there in a small, intimate chapel, praying alongside the man you effectively evicted from his home, takes a level of stoicism that most of us simply do not possess. But William will do it. He will put on the mask. He will smile for his cousin Beatrice. But make no mistake, the air between William and his uncle will be absolute zero. And let's spare a thought for Princess Beatrice. This should be her moment. It should be about her beautiful daughter, Athena. Beatrice has been the innocent collateral damage in this entire sordid saga. She loves her father, of course she does. But she is also loyal to the king and deeply close to William. She is caught in the middle of a war between the crown and her own blood. The report suggests that even her relationship with Andrew isn't strong at the moment, likely due to the immense stress his scandals have placed on her and her sister, Eugenie. Yet, she has invited him. Because what else can a daughter do? But by inviting him, she brings the ghost at the feast into the room. The situation is further complicated by the presence of Sarah Ferguson. Let's not forget, she has also faced a fall from grace. The report confirms she has lost her rank of Duchess and is now simply known as Sarah Ferguson. She and Andrew are walking in as two private citizens, stripped of the royal magic, entering a room full of people who still possess it. It is a visual representation of the new hierarchy. There are the participants, and there are the spectators. Andrew and Sarah are now spectators in the world they used to inhabit. Grant Harold makes a very interesting point about the photos. He believes the family will be very careful about what enters the public domain. He claims they don't want to be seen as having any sort of close relationship with Andrew going forward. This is crucial. In the age of social media, a single photo of King Charles laughing with Andrew could destroy months of PR work. It could undo the narrative that the king is tough on scandal. So, do not expect to see an official portrait released with Andrew in the back row. Do not expect a candid shot of the godparents. We are likely to see a photo of Beatrice, Eduardo, and the baby, and perhaps one with the king, but Andrew will be cropped out, erased from the visual record, just as he has been erased from the official record. This secrecy is being framed as Beatrice being very private, which she is. Her wedding was small and secret, with only a handful of photos released. But let's be honest, her wedding was small partially because her father was already in the midst of a scandal. Now, the christening is locked down because the scandal has reached its terminal phase. The privacy is a shield. It protects Beatrice from questions, but it also protects the king from association. The eviction from Royal Lodge adds another layer of bitterness to this reunion. Andrew is not just losing his title, he is losing his fortress. He has been ordered to leave the home he shared with Sarah for years. He is fighting it, but the writing is on the wall. Imagine the conversation at the post-christening reception if Andrew is even invited to that part. How are the packing boxes coming along, Andrew? Found a nice condo yet? It is excruciating to even think about. The power dynamic has shifted so violently that Andrew is essentially a guest of the king's charity at this point. And we have to look at the wider message this sends. If King Charles and Prince William can be this ruthless with Andrew, a brother, an uncle, a man they have known all their lives, what does it say about their attitude towards Prince Harry? Harry and Meghan are sitting in California, arguably watching this unfold, and they should be terrified. Andrew didn't write a tell-all book. Andrew didn't go on Oprah. Andrew didn't attack Camilla. And look what happened to him. He was stripped and exiled to the wilderness. Harry did all of those things. This Friday's awkward reunion is a signal to the Sussexes that the soft power of the monarchy has a hard edge. When you become a liability, you are cut loose. The Andrew Mountbatten Windsor rebrand is perhaps the most stinging part of all. Names matter in this family. Titles are currency. By reverting him to the family name, they are reminding him of his mortality. He is no longer set apart by God and crown, he is just a man. A man who made terrible choices, a man who thought he was above the law. And now, he has to sit in a pew and watch the future of the monarchy, William, Kate, George, Charlotte, Louis, and little Athena, move forward without him. Grant Harold says, at the end of the day, this is Princess Beatrice and Ito's day. Nobody will want personal drama to cause any upset. That is true, the king is a gentleman. William is a professional. They will not cause a scene. There will be no shouting matches. But the silence will speak volumes, the cold shoulders, the averted gazes, the quick exits. These will be the weapons of choice on Friday. It is a tragedy, really. A tragedy of hubris. Andrew had it all. He was the hero of the Falklands, the handsome prince, the favorite son. And he threw it all away for the friendship of a monster and the arrogance of thinking he could never fall. Now he stands in the ruins of his reputation, forcing his family to endure this very tricky situation just so he can see his granddaughter baptized. The public reaction to this is going to be mixed. Some will say, he's a grandfather, let him be there. Others will say, he shouldn't be allowed near a royal palace ever again. But the king has to walk the fine line. He cannot ban a grandfather from a christening. That would be cruel. But he cannot embrace a pariah. That would be suicide. So, we get the awkward reunion. We get the distance. We get the strategic choreography of avoidance. As we look towards Friday, all eyes, or at least the eyes of the insiders since the cameras won't be allowed in, will be on Prince William. He is the future. How he handles Andrew is a preview of his reign. If he is cold, precise, and distant, it confirms that King William V will be a monarch who tolerates absolutely no nonsense. The era of the loose cannon royal is over. The era of accountability is here. So while we celebrate the christening of little Athena and we wish Beatrice and Eduardo all the joy in the world, we cannot ignore the dark cloud in the pew. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor is back in the room, but he has never been further from the heart of the family. The titles are gone, the home is going, and all that is left is the awkward silence of a family that has moved on. I want to know what you think about this. Should Andrew have been invited to the christening at all? Is the king right to strip the titles and the name, or is it too harsh? And how do you think Prince William will handle standing next to the uncle he evicted? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one of them. If you believe the monarchy must protect its standards, hit that like button and share this video. The world needs to see that actions have consequences, even for princes. Until next time, keep your eyes on the palace.